Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are discussing my face routine, and this is the look I was able to achieve. So if you want to see how I got this look, the products I used, and all of that, make sure you keep on watching. But first, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button so you're notified every time I post new videos, because I post daily and I promise you do not want to miss it. And I'm out of here. Peace out. Bye y'all. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video will be strictly about my base routine and why I like to do what I do. Let's jump right into it. You all know that, okay, first off, let me blend this out. Wow, I totally meant to blend it out. See that? I started out the video, I had a plan, I was going to jump right into it, and now I'm not. But also, I can go ahead and tell you, my face has already been cleansed and moisturized. Right before this video, I'm going to make it my duty to make sure I put up my face routine on the products I use as far as cleansers and moisturizers. So when you finish this video, just feel free to check that out if you're curious as to what products I use. Okay, so the face has already been moisturized and all that good stuff. I love to prime. I prime because it provides my skin. First of all, I am Ollie combo for anybody that's new here. Ollie in the T-zone, pretty normal on the outer parts. But I think priming adds an extra layer of protection to my skin, as well as giving me more moisture. The more moisture I have in my skin, I have a less likely chance of getting extremely oily for no reason. Yeah, so the primer I've been loving lately is this e.l.f. Whoa Glow in Sunbeam. I'm going to put that down first, and this is SPF 35. So this is my SPF covered, as well as a light primer. It doesn't say that it's it's going to mattify you or it's going to help with the pores. It's just a sunscreen and a primer in one. And I've been loving it for the last month or so. And it doesn't irritate my eyes like most sunscreens can do. So I just rub that in really good. Trying not to get as close to my eyes because you never know, right? You just never know. And I put this completely over my face. Sometimes I use 2 primers. Sometimes I use 3 primers. It all depends on the day and how I'm feeling, right? So next primer is my Secure the Blur by One Size. This is a blurring primer, a pore defining primer with niacinamide that mattifies and evens out the skin tones, the skin's texture as it grips makeup for a flawless finish. So I've been loving this. If I had to splurge on a primer, like if I couldn't go to the drugstore and I needed a primer, this would be the one that I would splurge on. And I'm kind of not necessarily rubbing it in there. I'm kind of patting it. Not being rough with it, but kind of like pushing it into my pores so my skin can really get the benefits of this primer, right? Hope I'm close enough and y'all can see. And just for the sake of the video, so then I would take, like on a day when I'm full of makeup for no reason, I'm going to take a poreless primer. So the Secure the Blur kind of is a poreless primer that helps with the pores, but this is a beauty supply store for Absolute New York. And this really does your pores good. And it doesn't cause me to break out, which I absolutely, positively adore. Oh, push that one in too. And after I'm finished priming, I'm gonna let this sit for like I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do my eyes. That way this can be sitting for like 10 minutes or so, because that's how normally I like to let my primer sit. It just gives the primer a chance to do what it's supposed to do versus hurrying up, putting on makeup, and everything is kind of like just going together. Just give your products time to settle and sit, and you'll be fine. So I'm gonna do a quick little 1, 2, 3 eyeshadow look, and I'm gonna be back. Okay, for my foundation today, I mixed my Huda Beauty Luminous Matte in 500G and my Estee Lauder Sheer Double Wear in 6W Sandalwood. Don't ask me why I mix. I always mix. Both of these work fine on their own, but I want to see how they work together. And I'm not a huge matte lover unless it's a luminous matte, a velvet matte, a soft matte, but not just like extremely matte. That's not me. I'm going to take a Shop Miss A F3 foundation brush. As you can see, it's really dense, but it's lightweight. I prefer a brush over a sponge. I feel like a brush gives me more control and just allows the product to sit like I would want it to. I guess it depends on like what you start out with. Like I started out using brushes, so I'm more comfortable using a brush versus a sponge. And I'm just lightly tapping it on my face. I try not to get underneath my eye, but as you can see, sometimes I slip up and I get under my eyes, but I try not to. And very little goes on my forehead, like very little. I clean up my brows with the foundation while I'm at it. Try not to get inside the hairline. And just really just tap. Now a key step of what you could do, I got this Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. And in between like concealers, foundation, bronzer, I will spray. This is e.l.f. if I didn't say. Like lightly mist and blend. This just helps bring everything together so good. Y'all know I usually use my NYX Bear With Me, but I like that one also. I don't have any more foundation on my little sponge, on my little tray. Just trying to make sure I use all the products. Like I don't like to be wasteful. Right? And this is how the skin is looking with just foundation, right? We got a pretty good base going on. The colors together, it didn't let me down, so we're good. Since I chose, tap it in there. And if I feel like I'm streaky, then I'll just take a sponge, a dried sponge, and blend if I feel like I'm streaky. Okay. I'm going to take probably my favorite drugstore concealer, e.l.f. Camel Matte in Deep Olive. Or should I? Yeah, hold on. I didn't say we were doing drugstore, so we're safe. I'm going to take my two favorite concealers at the moment, which is my Danessa Myrick in 12 and 14. So 14 is what I lay down first because that's kind of like a color corrector slash my shade a little bit, my complexion shade a little bit. So as you can see, I just put a little bit down, not a lot, because they say you don't need a lot of this. And I'm going to take this Morphe 536 fluffy brush to blend it out. And what this does first is if I put down a kind of skin tone concealer underneath my eyes first, if I have any discoloration, hyperpigmentation, then once I put down the lighter concealer, my under eyes won't look great. This is the perfect blush. I found this in my stash. This is the perfect blush for trying to blend out a concealer, under eye concealer. I'm just tapping it in, trying my best not to swipe because I can't swipe sometimes. Then we'll go in with 12. Do the same dot, 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 dot. And by doing 14 and then 12, because this concealer can be kind of yellow, but y'all know I love a good yellow, right? But I don't want to be that yellow. So the 14 just helps it not be as yellow. And this one, you don't have to let it sit to get the desired coverage. I think it's full coverage straight out the bottle, if you could see. And I'm cleaning up my eyeshadow just a little bit while I do this. Do y'all see? It kind of lifts my face just a little. You know, that's what concealer, the highlight part, is supposed to do. Kind of give you that lift. The little youthfulness back to your face. A little lift. Yep. Alright, I usually like to contour next. I'm going to take my Thread Beauty Tint 210, which I haven't used in a long time, and it's a foundation stick. And I usually just do this. 1, 2, right? But because I'm going somewhere today, I'm going to do 1, 2. Let's see how they do. I normally don't do my, what is this, chin area, because I just feel like I'd be so scared it's going to get on my clothes. So I don't normally do this, but this is supposed to help the face look a little more sculpted. Y'all let me know if y'all see me looking sculpted. And just a dry sponge. And I usually take whatever's left over and just get my forehead. Since I'm in an orangey mood today, I'm going to take this About Face in Cowgirl cream blush. And it's an orange shade. Let me get another sponge. And we're going to use this for a blush today. And if you're using cream products, please just put it on before you put the powder. Because sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. I'm just doing like a backward C almost. Like real backwards. I usually don't do this much blush, but for the sake of the video, we can do this much blush. Alright, let me find a setting powder. I'm going to take this number 56 Sephora Micro Smooth Powder, and then that's what I'm going to set my under eyes with. This just gives me a somewhat filtered effect before I go in with my loose banana light powder. And I'm pushing it in, not making. Okay, it's the size of my nose. Okay, then I'm going to go in with a little bit of Beauty Bakery and Caramel. pushing this one in also. Alright, I'm going to let this sit for a minute while I do my under eyes and put on some lashes. Okay, I'm going to set my contour with this juvia'splace in dark. I mixed the two shades. I must be was on the Morphe move. This is a Morphe brush. Must be was in the Morphe brush move. Just lightly set it. And I must be like in an orange mood today. And go up with it. Okay, you see how my face still has that powdery look to it. Now is the chance or the time to get rid of it before we spray. Let's see right here. You want to make sure everything is blended. I'm not going to put any further setting powders. So I feel like the powders I have on my face is good. The foundation is set. Something that's on my lip. Just make sure everything is blended. And for the nose part, I usually take a fluffy eyeshadow brush and then lightly I'll take the top shade if I want to contour the nose a little. I'm really just always making sure that eyeshadow right there is blended. Really. Okay. So set with this setting spray. This just makes sure all those powders is coming together and not just sitting on your face. Okay, for the final set, you want to take a fixing spray. And what this fixing spray is going to do is, let's just say if you were going to a concert or something and you, whatever it is, you didn't want your face to transfer, move, or anything, you would use something like this. It's a difference between a setting spray and a fixing spray. Okay, now I'll get dressed and I'll be back. Alright guys, I made it back and this is the completed face routine. As you can see, I'm real look greasy right there in those areas. But this is how the face is looking. I would say if you need to press in everything. And we are good to go. I just thought I would share, you know, my base routine and why I do what I do most of the time. This is not always the case, but sometimes it is. And I think the look came together very nicely. So I'm out of here. If you enjoyed today's video, give this video a thumbs up because it helps my channel out a whole lot. And peace out. Bye, y'all.